The Sony PlayStation 2 is a timeless console that has given amazing memories to many children of the 90s and 2000s. With a game catalog of over 4,000 titles, it was hard to think of a game that hadn't been made for this console. With a lifespan of 13 years that spanned from 2000 to 2013, the PS2 went on to become the best-selling game console of all time with over 160 million units sold worldwide. Today, we're going to be diving into how the PS2 got to that point with the rise and fall of the Sony PlayStation 2. It was a quiet day in Japan when Sony unveiled the PlayStation 2 at the Tokyo Game Show on September 20th, 1999. Sony showed fully playable demos of upcoming PS2 games including Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec and Tekken Tag Tournament. The original development for the PS2 was speculated to have begun shortly after the release of the PS1 in 1994, although rumors and leaks of the system were surfacing in 1997. The highly anticipated PS2 was finally released in North America on October 26, 2000, but Sony faced some launch issues that caught them by surprise. Sony underestimated the demand for the system, which led to manufacturing delays that lasted for 3 months. They even faced export restrictions in Japan due to military concerns that the PS2 chips could be used to launch missiles. But that's a story for another video. After the initial manufacturing delays, Sony upped their production from 400,000 units per month to 1 million per month to meet the demand. Sony was killing it. Their launch day sales for the PS2 was over $250 million, eventually reaching 100 million units sold by 2005, equating to over $10 billion in sales. By the year 2005, they also already had their best-selling game of all time, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. With over 17.3 million copies sold, the PlayStation 2 was dominating the gaming scene, even after the release of the PS3 on November 17, 2006, although the decline of PS2 players slowly started to begin around the year 2007. Following the release of the PS3 in 2006, the PS2 remained strong for 3 years after its older brother took the spotlight, but the PS2 wasn't done fighting yet. Games were still widely being made for the PS2 alongside with the PS3 and Xbox 360 due to its high unit sales. But as the console entered into its 10th year, the production and demand for the game slowly began to decline. The graphics of the PS2 were beginning to have a hard time competing with the 7th generation of consoles, and it was beginning to look like the end. As we began to enter into the mid-2010s, the games became more and more graphically demanding, and then it began to raise a question. Has this once giant of the gaming industry started to become obsolete? Although the PS2 continued to release systems well after the release of its successors, until the end of production on January 4, 2013, with 2 final games being released for the system later that year, the PS2 is still hailed as one of the most well-known systems and beloved consoles of this century. Even by today's standards, the PS2 still holds up surprisingly well for a console that's over 25 years old. We saw the start of some amazing franchises that started with the system like God of War, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, and even Dragon Ball Z. In conclusion, the PS2 was, and still is, one of the best gaming systems of all time that gave millions of people, including myself, thousands of hours of gaming and memories that will be cherished and shared throughout history. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to be on the lookout for more videos in the future. Thank you. Bye!